Now, you mentioned being loved, right? I think that when USC football is going right.
Oh, nice transition.
I mean, you want to talk about the love this city gives that particular
Fight
program?
on.
Yeah. Now, they played, Southeast Missouri State or wherever they were playing.
Well, hold on a second here.
Yeah.
Just Missouri State.
Yeah, because last
They
week,
used to be, I believe, Southeast Missouri
Last
State.
week,
They've now changed to Southeast, to just Missouri State.
they
now.
didn't go to Northwest. They didn't go opposite. They didn't go opposite of Southeast.
Yeah, they used to. A lot of schools have changed their names now. So
Well,
that happens.
last
like,
week,
remember Louisiana Lafayette?
Yeah.
They're just Louisiana now.
Oh, they gave up on Lafayette.
Right, so they're no longer Southeast Missouri State. They're just Missouri State, to
I didn't
Chris's
know
point.
that.
Yeah.
But I mentioned Southeast Missouri State last week and got ripped. Okay?
But that's what they used to be.
Right, I understand.
Yes.
So, look, SC, you were saying.
Oh, they want to be beloved. And, yeah, they put up a 70 burger, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
In this game.
Right.
You're supposed to put up a 70 burger. Now, I know, look, I like Mayava. I like him. I told you a couple years ago I did his bowl game, Kansas UNLV in Phoenix. I thought the kid played well in that game. I was impressed. So when he came here, I felt like, all right, I knew he had tools to work with. And he gets inserted for Miller Moss, who, by the way, I spent some time with this past weekend.
How'd he play?
He played all right. He had one interception on him and one interception that was just like a tip drill type situation.
And Louisville
but he
played
had a
Eastern
couple
Kentucky
touchdowns.
that you called that game?
They played EKU.
And, okay, Eastern Kentucky. So it's okay to call them Eastern Kentucky?
Yeah, they're EKU.
Okay, got it.
EKU, Cappy.
And how'd they do? I don't even know what happened.
They won it was like destruction.
Okay.
51-17 or something
Because
like that.
that's what you're supposed to do
Right. Yeah.
when you're a big school and
you're playing a
Power 4
directional
conference.
school.
Right.
Right. So
somebody who's coming in for the paycheck.
Right. So Mayava played fantastic. Mayava
for a half
is right. But you see the tools. And this week against Georgia Southern, they should roll them too. They just got beat by Fresno State pretty bad. And I like Clay, and I've actually asked Clay to come on. I know he's got a busy week leading into this game.
Please. If anything, let me tell you something right now. Clay Helton should beg to get on our show. And I say that seriously, not to be a jerk.
He's a really nice man.
I'm not saying that to be a jerk at all. What I'm trying to say to you is that when you are the former USC coach and you're bringing your small school to play USC, guess what he should be doing while he's in town? He should be recruiting.
Well, he's not in town yet.
No, but when Georgia Southern comes to town,
right,
they should be talking to every kid in Southern California that's not USC, UCLA, Stanford, Cal, San Diego State, Fresno State.
Yeah.
They should be talking to all those third and fourth caliber kids.
Okay, I'll make sure to pass that along to
well,
him
he
if he doesn't already know.
He knows that. He knows what he's doing. He's familiar.
So anyway, they should easily be 2-0. Okay, to start this season. As a matter of fact, if you really, really look at their schedule, okay, they should be I think they should be 4-0 before anything really gets started. Because Purdue, Barry Odom is there now. He's a very good coach, okay? But it's his first season there. So that thing is still a work in progress. And then Jonathan Smith at Michigan State, he brought over Aiden Childs from Oregon State, and they've got a good running game, but it's only year 2. He's not in a position to be in a place where they should upset USC at the Coliseum.
Right.
So they should be 4-0 before they go on the road against a team in Illinois who was just on the outside of, that top 15, 16 area
they were ranked
last
in the
year.
preseason polls, right?
Yeah, and they were, kind of on the outskirts of the playoff picture, but right there.
And they did the same thing this past weekend. They beat up on Western Illinois 52-3.
Correct. And they've got 16 returning starters from a team that was good last year, including their quarterback, Luke Altmaier. That, to me, is the litmus test, okay? When you have to travel on the road and go to Illinois, we're going to see what you're made of. But from here on out, I expect USC to roll most of these teams. Now, Purdue, I don't expect you to put 70 on them. I don't expect you to put 70 on Michigan State. But I expect you to win those games. And I would even say somewhat comfortably, particularly against Purdue. And if you're in a game against Michigan State, I'm okay with that, but you got to win that game.
Let me tell you something right now. If USC is 4-0 when they go to play Illinois, by the time they get there, they'll be like 12-13 in the country.
Yeah.
They'll move up the polls so fast because of their brand and because people go, look what they're doing. And listen, Georgia Southern, I was saying this last week, just be careful with that game.
No.
Now, look, Georgia Southern got smoked, to your point, by Fresno State. And having not seen Georgia Southern play, I'm just talking about the emotional part of it. But on the other hand,
No, man.
now you watch and you see what Georgia Southern did against Fresno State.
No.
You're like, this could be another 73-13
Right.
game.
It's probably going to be and should be in that ballpark. But look, they looked fantastic. And these are, in essence, preseason games. We're talking about how the Rams don't play preseason with their guys. This was, in essence, a preseason game. And Mayava, I think, passed the test.
Well, but here's the other thing.
That was me tossing to a highlight.
Jacoby Lane far to the left side of the line. Fair slotted that way. This way to Doug Hines. Little dump pass to Sanders. Has some blockers in front of him. 35, 40, off to the races. 50, 40 down the sideline. The 2-minute drill worked pretty well, I guess. Eli Sanders will score a touchdown for USC. How do you do?
How do you do, Pete Arbogast on the call?
Nice toss,
Here,
by the way.
on.
Nice toss.
7:10 here, ESPN. Kid from Oceanside,
Hey.
Eli Sanders.
How about that?
Your neck of the woods.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good toss by
No,
you.
fight on.
Good toss.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Yeah.
I
mean, I did the point.
I thought
You didn't see the point.
Yeah, I saw the point, but I was like, "What are you pointing at?"
He's
You know,
pointing
you're
at the sound.
Is Jorge pointing to the other Jorge?
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
gotcha.
You got to get used to all these moving parts.
Okay, I will.
There's a lot of it. This is the biggest show in history.
It is. the
Oh
biggest show in
my
history.
God.
But you talk about these preseason games. This
Yeah.
is why I got to say one thing about college football this weekend I
Yeah.
love so much.
Uh-huh.
I love Texas, Ohio State.
Let's do that next.
It takes balls though.
Yeah.
To open up with these kinds of games. I
Ball
love
knowers.
Alabama, Florida State. It takes courage
Yeah.
to go on the road,
Right.
And play against a major name brand.
I mean, boy, Alabama. You want to talk?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't really listen to the Paul Feinbaum show very much. Today, I'm
Yeah, today would
absolutely
be
tuning.
fun.
In. I am
Yeah.
watching the SEC Network at noon today.
I mean, Clemson, LSU. These are incredible games to start off the season.
Yeah.
Because they're balanced by SC, Missouri
Notre
State.
Dame, Miami. Yeah.
Notre Dame, Miami is another great one.
Yeah.
But like I look at my school, Pitt. Pitt played Duquesne.
Duquesne, yeah.
I mean, terrible.
Yeah.
You talked about the game you called, Louisville against
Oh,
Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
There are
Not close.
A lot of schools will take paychecks.
But I think that's going to change, and we can get into that a little bit on the other side as well. I want to get into